Hi guys, welcome back to Creative Frenzy. Today I wanted to share with you how I made these glue books. Nicole at Relax Cut and Glue, that's who I learned it from. I think she learned it from somebody else. So like every other creative on YouTube, we all tend to learn and share and, you know, see what we can make with whatever we see others make. So this is my version of the glue book. This one is complete. This one's halfway through. I think halfway through. But I will let you know now. The first mistake I made was choosing too thick a magazine. So this is one of those glued spines. And it was way too many pages. Even though I took like over half of them out, it was way too much. It was way too time consuming. I mean, it's done, but it took a while. This one, a lot less, but still time consuming. So having learned from those two, I want to, show and share with you what I've learned, and hopefully you can avoid the same mistakes as I did. So, these vintage magazines, these are the ones with the staples. Now, that makes it a little bit easier to pull out a lot of pages. And, let's see if we can find the center. There we go. So we can pull out a lot of pages very easily, and we're not going to be overwhelmed with too many pages. So we'll just pick one of these. We'll set these ones aside, and then we can just have at it. Okay, so this is the way I did it. Nicole did it a little bit differently. I'm sure there's easier ways or, other ways. It's okay. You do you. Find out for yourself which way is the simplest. I like the idea of reusing these magazines. I get them for free. I don't drink that much wine anymore, so I don't really need the whole magazine on it. You could take the staples out if that's what you wanted to do. I tend to save a lot of images like this because I love architecture and the idea of travel, even though I don't travel. But we're just going to keep a few in here. 2, 3, 4. I think that should do. Let's flatten these staples back out again, or down rather, if I can get them to go. My goodness, be careful, they are sharp, and they're probably a lot bigger than they need to be at this point, so I took a lot of pages out. You can use the other ones, the ones you pulled out. You can make another magazine or another booklet with it, or whatever you feel like doing. You do you. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to sort of, see where the middle is. You could do tall, skinny ones. You could keep it one piece like this. But I kind of like the idea of the little square ones. I don't know why. Something about a square size that really has me interested in creating a little bit differently. So that's what I'm using. So 5.5-ish. That's what we're doing. So I'm just gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna start just tearing. You don't even need a knife because it's nice and thin paper. Oops. Yeah, that'll happen too. It's okay. It's fine. You can clean up the edges. If that really does bother you, obviously you can use an X-Acto knife. But I figured tearing was just so simple. I mean, you could even cut this with scissors because it's fairly thin, because I took so many pages out. But what I like about this kind of format, because you only have a few pages, you can make a journal out of this very easily. Okay? So obviously you can go like this. And clean up the edges a bit. You can leave it rough if you want to, if that's the way you'd like it. If you'd like the kind of rough edges, that's okay too. But for the sake of this video, we're going to tidy it up a bit. So now we have 2. they're not exactly the same size. If you are very, very particular and that is how you like it, then by all means do it that way. But I'm not overly particular. So I'm going to fold sort of into the center, not all the way in there because you want to be able to turn your pages. You can fix that with other paper or with some washi tape if you want to. It's entirely up to you. I would use a dry glue, a glue stick for this, because wet glue will just make everything warp to no end, and that will drive you crazy. Trust me on that one. So what I would like to do with this is just create, you know, just a thematic journal, whether it's a Halloween one, Christmas is coming up, you could do a baby one, you can do whatever you feel like, really. If you wanted to experiment with gel prints or shabby chic style, or you want to make a rose journal, you know, but you don't want to do like a whole big thing, you can just go small and have fun that way. That's kind of what I like about this, because you're not really going to be precious about this, because it's just recycled paper. That's all you're doing, is recycling it. Or reusing it, rather. Right? So there's one. I'm going to have to go out a little bit more. I want my cover to be a little bit bigger than my pages. Okay. There. Like that. And because this is all going to get covered up, it's okay if it has like a gazillion and one folds in it. But there we go. So it's just a touch bigger. And that's good. Just like that. Okay. So that is our cover. Now, what you could do is you could do a wrap around if you wanted to, kind of thing. Okay. Or you could just leave it as is. That's okay too. I think it was just a touch too big. Yeah, okay, there we go. You can always put another staple in there if you want it. If that really, you know, makes it too wiggly for you, you can just strengthen it with another staple. But there we have a very simple beginning of a little art journal. Okay? So here's one, here's two. So you can make two out of each. You could make, you know, some of them long, whatever you feel like doing. So that's the beginning of it. So over the next few videos, I'll probably do a bunch of these, if not close to these, to this video. Anyway, regardless, I will give you a tour. So this is, you know, quite chunky, and, you know, it's the spine itself stayed intact, so you don't have to worry about a spine. But then, you know, you get to decorate and have fun and try out different techniques, different things that you might enjoy doing. So you may have seen my watercolor floral collage fodder video. That's where some of these ended up. I have recycled some of my brown paper packaging paper. I did a lot of my own gel prints. Again, you know, some photocopies. Oh, what's it called again? I don't know. There's a bunch of different free printout pages that you can get through Pinterest and a bunch of other people that I got a lot of this stuff from and used in here. So printouts and things like that. So, oh, there we go. I was holding it up way too high, not paying any attention. So there we go. And you know, scrapbook paper and magazine images and just different things. Playing with color, which I find is very important as a, you know, as a maker, to just sort of play with different combinations and see what works. And not everything works 100%. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Just having fun and not really taking it too seriously, because it's not precious. Nothing is really, you know, I'm not looking towards making an end saleable item or anything like that. So I'm just trying to have fun, which is what I did. So some magazine cutouts, just playing with different things. Some Jane Davenport stamps. This scrapbook paper here is really, really old, but I love it. It's one of my first paper pads I've ever had, and one of my favorites still to this day. And just, you know, having fun creating something that is, you know, just for me. I can look back on it and just realize, you know, I've come a long way. And I've done that with a lot of my journals and sketchbooks. So this is my other one. So this one I got a little bit more creative by making a different kind of closure. Let's see. I'm playing with some of my favorite scrapbook paper that I enjoy now. So, and just, you know, this was part of my faces challenge to myself to draw different faces and color. So the background papers on this that I put onto the magazine pages are from my Dan Terrell's inspiration pages, his monoprinting that I really, really enjoyed. And I just colored in the backgrounds because it's done on coffee dyed paper. So these black monoprints just really show up as abstracts. So you can join abstract and, you know, modern very easily, or the old very easily, rather. Playing again with some die cuts that I got and backgrounds, just trying different things. This girl, my goodness, I get a kick out of that. And then, you know, still have a few pages to go, but this is what I mean, is like when you have this many pages to go, you either get bored or you get frustrated because it's too many, hence the smaller booklet. So that's the goal here. So here we go. I hope you'll join me in this little adventure, and we'll see what we can create. Leave a comment down below if you're going to join in. If not, that's okay too. You know, there's lots of other artists out there. Like I said, you know, Nicole at Relax Cut and Glue, she's very inspirational with a lot of her collages she makes. She's a lot of fun to watch. And Dan Terrell's modern art is very interesting to look at. His process is amazing. He does not talk throughout his videos, and he's very relaxing to look at. His videos are very relaxing to look at. So I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.